Let me now talk about the need analysis for fire alarm systems. Okay, so starting off with point one, let me explain to you that there are two types of systems. One is a conventional fire alarm system, and other one is known as the addressable fire alarm system. Okay, in the conventional fire alarm system, whenever there is a fire, it can only tell you about the zone in which the fire is occurring. Okay, it cannot tell you about the exact location of the fire. Okay, in case of an addressable fire alarm system, each and every sensor, that is the fire detector, has an address. So whenever any particular unit detects fire, then it is able to tell you the exact place where the which sensor has detected fire. So a addressable system in a way is able to give the exact address of the fire. On the other hand, a conventional system may only be able to tell you that the fire is occurring on the first floor or on the second floor, but a addressable system will tell you also that the fire is there in the kitchen on the first floor. Okay, then the other point is that now where does the client want the fire alarm to be raised? Either it is only in one location, okay, only one kind of alarm is to be raised, or also sometimes it may happen for larger areas. He may want the alarm to sound not only on a particular floor but also in the ground floor or in a BMS room or in the guard room. Okay, because for larger areas, always everyone may not be available in one place, and you may also need to monitor all the places from a central place like the guard room. Then again, another important consideration is regarding the NOC, that the client may need NOC from the fire department. And if this is the case, then some special or additional fire detectors may be required to be installed as per the guidelines of the fire department. For example, the fire department requires you to put the fire detectors in the false ceiling also, above the false ceiling. Then again, there are more questions regarding the manual call points. Manual call points are required. You know, there are small buttons that you can press and manually raise a fire alarm. Suppose if you see some smoke rising or some fire incident, then you can also manually raise the alarm and not wait for the fire detectors to detect the fire. These are of two types. One is a pull type, the other is a push type or glass break type. So you can check if the customer has any specific preference. Then again, if there is any kitchen or cafeteria and the customer is using LPG gas for cooking, then you may also go in for a gas detection system. Okay, if any LPG is leaking and it can lead to major fire, so you may put in a gas detection system. Similarly, then it is possible to integrate PA system with the fire alarm system. Now what happens is that if you have a public announcement system in the building, and in case of a fire, then announcement can be made automatically through the PA system, that you can play a pre-recorded message and that the fire has occurred and please leave the building. Okay, so this type of integration is possible. So as I was mentioning, you can check whether there is false ceiling in the area or not, because if there is false ceiling, then we may also have to put detectors inside the false ceiling. Furthermore, we may have to use FRLS cable, that is fire resistant low smoke cable, with conduit in case of false ceiling. But if there is no false ceiling, we may have to use a armored cable, which is more expensive. So the false ceiling will also have a bearing on the total installation. Then again, you may also check for larger buildings, there may be a BMS or a building management system in place. So we may need to connect to the BMS, and by connecting to the BMS, you know, in case of fire, we can start the fire pumps automatically. We can unlock doors. Okay, so you must get a complete floor-wise details of a BMS system in case they have a BMS system. Okay, now after the fire alarm system, let me move on to the PA system. Okay, I will also discuss the requirements of a PA system. Now, in case of PA system, the important question to ask the customer is the type of system. There is two types. One is digital and the other is analog. Okay, in case of digital system, there is less cabling it is easy to maintain as compared to analog, but it also costs more. So in case of larger areas, it may make sense to go for digital system instead of analog system. And the other is, what is the purpose of the PA system? Okay, whether the purpose of the PA system is general, to make general announcement, to make emergency announcement, or only for background music, or it has some special purpose like a parking area, you want to call out the numbers of cars to ask the drivers to come to the lobby or something like that. So you must define the usage of the PA system. Then again, the important query is that how many zones you want. Like if you are having PA system on multiple floors, then do you want to make the same announcement on all the floors, or you want to be able to select to make announcement only on specific floors or specific areas? So in how many zones you want to have the system. Then again, announcement has to be made only from one location or from multiple locations. So that is also very important to ask the customer. Then furthermore, the PA system can also be integrated with the fire alarm system for emergency announcement. So check whether the customer wants to do that. Then again, there is another type of thing known as the paging system, in which there can be centralized microphone for individual announcement for a particular area or zone. Then again, another important thing is that do you need the volume to be controlled for a particular area, like you are playing background music. So somewhere you may want the volume to be very low, or you may want to switch it off at certain times. So that is also something that you need to ask. Okay, and then you also need to check that whether they need a separate PA system for the conference room. Sometimes they may have a video conferencing going on, or they may have some other type of requirement for a conference room. Similarly, in case of a conference room or a bigger area, where you can ask about the seats and the size of the hall, any layout that they have. And similarly, for outdoor areas also, you can ask if they need to make any announcement or have any music in any outdoor area. You must take the complete layout and details of the same. Okay. Similarly, again, the PA system can be integrated with IP surveillance also, with the CCTV cameras. We can make two-way announcement using IP communication that is built into the CCTV cameras. So that kind of integration can also be done. Another value-added question or red question that you can ask is about IP help points. In many places, like in malls, where they have very large parkings, so sometimes people may be bullied by some other people, there may be some kind of crime, and they may need emergency help. So you can put specialized help points at different locations where the customer or the person can press a button and they will be immediately connected to the control room. So we can provide this kind of a facility. The PA system can also be integrated with the EPBX system, whereby dialing an extension number you can make announcements. Similarly, even the evacuation system, in case of an emergency or fire, it can be voice guided. So if there is a fire in an 8th floor building, then the evacuation will happen floor by floor. Instead of making an announcement to all the 8 floors at the same time, which may lead to a stampede, it is better to make announcement one floor at a time. Okay. Now, let me move on to the access control and time attendance systems.